Drawing borders on a map is the final, relatively quick step of creating a country. What takes decades, sometimes lifetimes, is the ideological groundwork required to forge the nation itself. In the immediate aftermath of the 1857 War of Independence, Indian Muslims were in a state of freefall. The British viewed the community as the primary instigators of the rebellion, leading to widespread confiscation of land, the removal of Muslims from judicial and administrative roles, and a systematic pivot away from the traditional educational structures that had sustained them for centuries. As British infrastructure and bureaucracy physically reshaped the landscape, the older Mughal-era social order was being dismantled. For many, this meant a sudden loss of professional relevance and a total disconnect from the new levers of power. With their language sidelined in government and their economic base eroding, the community faced the prospect of becoming a permanent, unrepresented underclass. Reversing this decline and eventually building a sovereign state would require a highly specific three-stage evolution of leadership. Each stage demanded a different type of thinker, stepping up exactly when the moment required them. The first critical step was immediate economic survival, and that effort was fatal. So he made the highly controversial decision to urge Muslims to adopt Western cultural values, learn English literature, and study modern science. The goal was practical: secure government jobs and defuse tensions with the British rulers. To execute this shift, he established the Aligarh Muslim University in 1875. This campus served as the physical engine for his modernization strategy, creating a new pipeline of educated professionals. This strategy sparked a widespread educational awakening. It even inspired counter-institutions like Darul Uloom Deoband, which catered to those who were skeptical of Sir Syed's policies and preferred a different approach to community preservation. Through sheer pragmatism, Sir Syed pulled the community back from economic ruin. He built a new, literate middle class that, having secured its immediate survival, would soon start looking for a distinct political identity. That search for identity required a philosopher. Allama Iqbal stepped in to give this surviving class a definitive ideological direction. In his early years, Iqbal actually advocated for a broad Indian nationalism, but as he observed the political landscape, he concluded that a single unified nation could not resolve the deeply ingrained cultural monopolies and mutual suspicions between communities. He articulated this shift clearly in his historic 1930 Allahabad address. This was the exact moment the concept of an independent Muslim state was formally proposed to the political establishment. This map illustrates the exact geographic proposal he laid out. He argued for the amalgamation of the Punjab, the Northwest Frontier Province, Sindh, and Baluchistan into a single consolidated state in the Northwest. Iqbal successfully provided both the philosophical rationale and the geographic map for a new nation. But translating that map into a functioning country required a master political architect. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was the statesman who took Iqbal's theoretical blueprints and fought to make them a reality. For Jinnah, acquiring territory was only half the equation. His explicit objective was to engineer a highly specific socioeconomic system, an Islamic welfare state. This graphic demonstrates the core economic mechanism of his vision. Jinnah firmly stated that the goal was not to make the rich richer or accelerate wealth accumulation for a few individuals. Instead, the state's central purpose was to distribute resources outward, actively leveling up the general standard of living for the masses. Under this framework, the state holds strict social obligations. It is responsible for providing essential services like housing, education, healthcare, and ensuring equal employment opportunities for all citizens. It also mandates strict protections for human rights. This blueprint explicitly guarantees the rights of women, protects the freedoms and rights of non-Muslims, and ensures freedom of speech and expression. Jinnah spent the critical years of his leadership traveling and speaking at podiums just like this one, communicating this rigorous egalitarian vision directly to the public. He engineered a political movement demanding a state designed around economic and social equality, rejecting any system built merely on elite privilege. The ultimate creation of Pakistan was the successful conclusion of a grueling 90-year ideological relay race. This succession worked because of a core principle, sikh, or absolute sincerity. Sir Syed, Iqbal, and Jinnah each recognized the specific limitations of their own eras. They did not try to do everything. Instead, they did exactly what their historical moment required and selflessly passed the baton to ensure the collective cause survived. Quaid-e-Azam's blueprint for an inclusive, equitable welfare state remains the permanent benchmark the nation must continually strive to meet.